Hello and welcome to the NextWave Digital Video. I'm your host Tony Reale. Today we're going to be looking at the Spigen Tough Armor case for the Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G. That's a mouthful. I recently got this phone about a month ago, and so far I've been enjoying it. Of course, the phone is amazing that it can turn into a tablet and a phone. That's pretty stinking cool. But today I want to talk about the case. The reason I'm doing a video about this case is the fact that this case just came out. Cases for this phone are really hard to get right now. They're just back ordered and hard to find. And I want to do a video about this because I really wasn't sure if this case would work for this type of phone. Obviously this is a folding phone. It's hard to protect a phone like this because there's so much more going on than a traditional phone. And the Tough Armor case is pretty much the most robust case that has been designed for the Z Fold 2. So I want to go over it. Does it work? There are things I like about it, things I don't like about it. But I'll just jump right to the chase and say that so far I think this is probably the best option that you can get if you really, really want to keep your phone protected. It makes it a lot bulkier. This is for certain. This phone. Now, anyone that has had the phone before will notice that the lenses of the camera protruded out the back of the phone. They stuck out like, you know, several millimeters. This case sticks out even farther than that. So you can see how much thickness it's adding to your phone. And if you look in this lip here, it's definitely adding a good amount of additional bulk to the phone. But it really does make it feel significantly more protected than it was before. I don't know about you, but I just carrying around a glass brick. I had this neoprene pouch that I would just slide the phone into before this case arrived, just because I was afraid it was gonna just get banged around, and this is an expensive phone, so I want to take good care of it. So anyways, first of all, you know, we've got all of our coverage here. Sorry, the camera's not autofocusing. There we go. Port's pretty wide. Will fit a good amount of cables that you might have. One of the most notable things about this case that most cases don't seem to have is the spine protection. So if you look down there, there's actually a little bit of a gap against it. You know, it is flexible, but you know, that does kind of give it an extra bit of protection. And when you open the case, you'll notice that it just tucks right in there, which is pretty cool. Now, you notice I kind of tucked it in there. If I don't do that, it does pretty good on its own. The first couple times that I opened it, it did kind of like bulge out a little bit like this. You'll see it's starting to do it right now. But in all honesty, when you're opening the phone, you're opening almost like a book. So you have a tendency for your fingers to be back here anyways, and that just causes them to tuck in back there. So it seems to work pretty smoothly. Again, I've only had this for a day now, but overall, it's pretty darn smooth. Now, one of the things that I like about this case, you'll notice here, if the case wasn't on there, you will notice like a little bit of a gap where the front section of the phone comes together, but this middle section is just a slight gap. The case actually kind of covers this gap and protects it. Now, it isn't perfect. You can, if you see in there's like a little bit of a gap, but there's less of a gap than there was before. If I open the phone up, you notice, if I can get the camera to focus on it. Along the corners, there's not really any bit of a gap, but on the inside there's just a tiny bit of a lip, and that lip is what keeps the middle section kind of protected when you fold the phone, which is pretty stinking cool. I actually like that. I feel like it gives, you know, if for some reason like you were to accidentally sit on your phone and get pressure on there, I feel like this would protect it better than, I don't know, the phone by itself, and you know, potentially protect dirt and debris from getting in there. The one thing that this spine cover might cause a problem with is if, you know, you're in an area where you get some dirt and debris from your pocket, some dust, whatever, and that gets in there, and then you go to open the phone, you know, you have the possibility of like smushing that in there, maybe causing problems for the case in the future. Maybe it's sliding in here. I don't know. Again, I've only had this for a day, so it's hard to tell, but this could be a problem area down the road. Only time will tell though. All right, there's plenty of space here for the fingerprint scanner. Works great almost all the time, never a problem. Again, when you open it up, you got the same good amount of space here. Works perfectly fine there. Probably the most notable thing that is going to cause problems for some people is this gap here makes it difficult to get in there and actually get like the tray to slide out. See, I did it right there. But sometimes if you just go in there, you might run into a problem there. But if you like actually get your finger in there, come on. See what I'm saying? See, so it is possible to get the tray. It's just going to be a little bit more work. Same thing from the credit cards from the bottom. So you can get that from the bottom just fine. I don't know that there's much more to say. When you first get the case, it does give you this instruction to kind of push on here a little bit. The case has like these adhesive tabs all around it on the front side, the back side, and that's to kind of help it from sliding and shifting. It feels pretty secure on there right now. Again, time will tell if that stays that way over many uses. But one of the first things they do is actually tell you to like kind of push on this, and that's to keep it from sliding this way to overlap the phone screen, which if I were to push on it, it might show up that it would do that. I've been slowly pushing on it over the day as it kind of, the adhesive starts to cure. I've been trying to keep it so that it's fairly straight, and it looks pretty good right now. So that's really it. Again, I haven't had this case very long, so it's hard to say how well it'll work over time. But truth is, I am happy with it. I feel much more secure with this in my pocket than I did before. I feel like I can just operate my normal daily life with this like I was before. I did have a Spigen case on my Note 8 prior to this. Liked it. Used it for a long time. The one thing I miss is I wish they put a kickstand here. This case is so thick. I know that this slides in here, but I mean, it could maybe fit a kickstand in here or something. I don't know. That would have been nice. But other than that, it does, wireless charging does work with this. I used it on multiple wireless chargers. I have a car charger and a couple house chargers, and they work just fine. So that is the Spigen Tough Armor case for the Galaxy Z Fold 2. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching.